I love my husband, but I don't think I'm in love with him anymore. I'm drowning in motherhood, resentment, and loneliness while he games his life away, and I can't tell if it's postpartum exhaustion or the realization that I'd be happier as a single mom. I, 31, am seriously contemplating divorcing my husband, 34, but I don't know if this is truly what I want or if it's just postpartum stress clouding my judgment. We've been together for 12 years, married for 6, and we have 2 little boys. One is 3.5, the other just 5 months old. Lately, I can't shake the voice in my head screaming, divorce, divorce, and I'm scared to listen to it. I keep asking myself if I'm just overwhelmed. I've read that the first year after having a baby is one of the hardest for marriages and that you shouldn't make any major life decisions during this time. But I can't help feeling like I'm drowning in resentment and disappointment. For context, I have ADHD and have always been a people pleaser. I think that's part of why I'm here, sitting in a beautiful house with the life I thought I wanted, feeling so empty. I have a good career, healthy kids, and a husband who on paper checks all the boxes. But I feel completely disconnected from him. We both work full-time, me in office 5 days a week, him mostly remote. He'll go in once every few weeks, but otherwise he's home all day. That alone adds to my frustration. Even though he's physically present, I feel like I'm doing everything alone. I'm constantly juggling the kids, work, house chores, and emotional labor. He helps when asked, but that's the problem. I always have to ask. Sometimes I wonder if I even like him anymore. He hasn't done anything dramatic or cruel. It's more like death by 1,000 cuts. He doesn't see me. He doesn't listen. I feel invisible in my own marriage. I've started daydreaming about what life would be like without him, and that scares me too. Today was supposed to be one of those simple, happy family days, the kind that ends up burned into your memory, where everything feels warm and effortless. It's the first Christmas my 3.5-year-old son is really aware of the magic of it all, and I wanted to make decorating the tree a special family activity. I imagine laughter, a bit of chaos, the kind of moment where everyone's hands are covered in glitter and pine needles, but you feel full in your chest. This morning, when I suggested we go shopping for decorations, my husband seemed on board. I got myself and the kids ready, which, as any parent knows, is basically a full workout in itself, and we all went to Target. The trip went fine. We picked out ornaments, lights, a few things our son got excited about. Then we got home. And as soon as we walked through the door, my husband went straight to his office and fired up his computer to play video games. Just like that. No offer to help. No, let's do this together. Nothing. So I decorated the tree alone with our 3.5-year-old on one side of me and a teething, fussy baby in my arms. It was messy, chaotic, and exhausting. I did my best to make it fun, smiled, laughed, encouraged him to hang ornaments, but it was hard to stay present when I was trying to bounce a cranky baby and keep from crying myself. I didn't even get a photo of all of us together. Later in the evening, he was still gaming. I was juggling dinner, the baby crying again, and our toddler saying he was hungry. I called my husband, literally called his phone from upstairs, and told him I needed help. He said, "Okay, 5 minutes." 15 minutes later, he came up the stairs. By that point, both kids were settled and I was seething. Before he even reached the top step, I said, "Just go back downstairs." And he did. No questions. No apology. Just turned around and went back to his game. I sat there fuming, feeling invisible. Feeling like I was doing this entire life, the kids, the home, the emotional load, alone. So I opened my notes app and started writing everything down. Every little thing that's been eating at me. He can't wait to get back to his video game. Every night after work, every weekend, every holiday. That's his real life now, his escape. And I'm left with everything else. It feels like we're inconveniencing him by existing. Anytime we go out, he just wants to rush through it. No extra stops, no wandering, no spontaneous joy. Just get there, get it done, go home. And I'm left wondering when I became this, the background character to his main story. The one managing the kids, the house, my job, my mental health, while he hides behind a screen. I used to think we were partners. Now I feel like a single mom with a roommate who occasionally takes out the trash. And it breaks my heart because I don't even know if he notices what he's losing. I've asked him, begged him, honestly, to come upstairs and help when I get home from work with the kids. Every day, I do the daycare drop-off and pick up, then haul both boys, the bags, the bottles, the lunchboxes, the exhaustion, all of it into the house. By the time I walk through that door, he's done with work. His day should be over. Mine never is. But instead of meeting me halfway, he stays downstairs, glued to his computer. I spend 30, sometimes 40 minutes juggling a hungry toddler and a crying infant before he decides to come up and help. And by then, it's too late. I'm already burned out, overstimulated, and running on fumes. He'll scoop up the baby, thinking he's saving the day, while I go straight to the kitchen to do the dishes. Even when he does help, his attention isn't really there. He'll sit on the couch, eyes fixed on his phone, snapping at our 3.5-year-old when he just wants to play. Or he'll spend 20 minutes tossing a ball around, act like he's fulfilled his dad duty, and then retreat back to his office to game again. The house? It's mine. Every dish, every load of laundry, every mental checklist. I handle 99.9% of the household upkeep. He might clean the kitchen once every 3 months while I'm at work and then expects a parade when I thank him. Like I should be grateful he momentarily stepped into my reality. And when I tell him I need more help, his go-to line is, "Just make me a list." As if I'm his project manager, not his wife. As if the act of remembering, organizing, delegating, and asking isn't already part of the burden I carry alone. I'm not your manager. I'm your partner. Or, at least I thought I was supposed to be. But the part that cuts the deepest isn't even the neglect. It's that he doesn't love my family. He doesn't even try. I've always been close to them. They're my grounding force. But to him, they're just an inconvenience, something to be tolerated. He avoids them whenever he can, and when he can't, he's cold, detached, distant. He always says, "I only make one stop." That's his line. Every time he goes to town to grab takeout, fill the gas tank, pick up his prescription, it's always just one stop. Never two. Never a favor for me. Never something small for the family. Town is only 15 minutes away, but if I ask him to pick up a grocery order or grab the one thing we ran out of, it's a hard no. So after he gets home, I have to load the baby into the car, make the drive again, and do it myself.
And at night?
It's worse. He comes to bed anywhere between 2 and 5 a.m., sometimes right before the baby's next feeding. He stumbles in, phone flashlight on, and somehow it always ends up shining directly in my eyes. I've told him, pleaded with him, to stop. To just sleep in the guest room if he's coming in that late. But he doesn't. It's like he doesn't hear me, or worse, doesn't care. Every night it's the same. I get woken up by the baby, then again by him. He doesn't help with any of the mental load of parenting either. Not the daycare forms, not the clothing sizes, not the feeding schedules or doctor appointments. It's all on me. Every thought, every reminder, every next step. If something gets forgotten, it's automatically my fault because I'm the organized one. It's not just physical labor, it's the weight of always being the one who remembers, plans, and manages everything while he gets to coast through fatherhood on autopilot. And then there's his phone. That damn phone. It's like a third presence in our marriage, always between us, always taking up space. He scrolls constantly. During dinner, during car rides, even at restaurants when we're supposed to be spending time together. I'll try to start a conversation, and he won't even look up. Just mumbles, "I'm listening," without pausing his thumb from scrolling. I usually stop mid-sentence. What's the point? It's humiliating sitting across from him in a restaurant, watching him stare at his phone while I'm right there. Our kids right there, pretending not to notice. I've told him how embarrassing it is, how disconnected it makes me feel. But he doesn't stop. The only real time we spend together anymore is sitting in front of the TV. That's it. Night after night, we just stare at a screen until one of us falls asleep on the couch. We don't go on dates. Maybe once or twice a year if I push for it. And even then it feels forced, like we're just checking off a box. There's no spark, no curiosity, no sense of us. I don't even know what couples are supposed to do for fun together anymore. Play board games? Take walks?
Talk?
It all feels foreign now. If we ever do something fun as a family, a day trip, the park, a holiday event, it's because I planned it. I find the ideas, pack the bags, make sure the snacks, clothes, and schedules all line up. And somehow, he still manages to make it stressful. I'm juggling the kids, trying to get everyone out the door, and he's still scrolling on his phone or sitting on the toilet while we're waiting in the car. By the time we leave, I'm already exhausted, already regretting inviting him at all. Then he looks over and asks, "Why are you so stressed all the time?" As if the answer isn't standing right in front of him. It's death by 1,000 small cuts. Like his hair, for example. I buzz it for him. 2 haircuts ago, I decided not to clean up the mess just to see if he would. He didn't. The clippings sat there for over 2 months, and when I cut his hair again last week, I left those too. Both piles are still on the bathroom floor. I'm almost morbidly curious how long it'll take before he notices. And then there's how invisible I've become. He never takes pictures of me and the kids unless I beg him to, and even then, he sighs or acts like I'm being vain. Meanwhile, I take dozens of candid photos of him and the boys, moments he'll probably treasure someday. But I'll barely exist in the memories because I'm always the one behind the camera. It hurts more than I want to admit. He doesn't compliment me either. Not once, not without me asking first, and even then, it's usually followed by a joke or a shrug. It's like he doesn't even see me anymore. And the affection? It's transactional. Unless it's leading to sex, it doesn't exist. No lingering touches, no spontaneous kisses, no warmth. Maybe a quick peck in passing, and always because I initiated it. I don't feel desired. I feel tolerated. Sex has become one more reminder of how invisible I am to him. He doesn't care if I orgasm, hasn't for years. When he does make an effort, it feels like a chore he's checking off a list, and if I try to guide him or tell him what I like, he gets irritated, like my needs are an inconvenience. It's been at least 3 years since he's actually gotten me there, and I've stopped expecting it. We have sex maybe once or twice a week at best, but more often it's once or twice a month, sometimes less. It's mechanical, detached. He finishes, rolls over, and that's it. I can't remember the last time he even asked if I felt good. It's like I'm just a body he uses to prove something to himself. And it's not just in bed. It's in every small, grinding, daily moment that tells me how little he notices or cares. The constant "where's my?" questions. Where's my wallet? Where's my charger? Where's my shoes? Like I'm his personal assistant. The piles of laundry he leaves on his side of the bed are their own quiet insult. The hamper is 6 feet away, but somehow that's too much effort. For months I kept picking it up, until I stopped. Now the clothes just sit there, same as the clean laundry I've stopped folding. I'll wash whatever makes it to the hamper, but that's where my effort ends. His clean clothes sit in a basket in front of his dresser, untouched. It's been 2 months. He hasn't said a word. Hasn't put anything away. It's such a small thing, but it feels enormous, like proof that he'd live surrounded by chaos before lifting a finger to fix it. Proof that he doesn't see how hard I try to hold everything together. And while it's not the biggest issue, it still stings that he stopped caring about how he looks. I put in effort. I get my hair done every couple months. I dress nicely when we go out, even if I'm exhausted. I'm losing the baby weight, actually 5 pounds below my pre-pregnancy weight now because I want to feel good about myself again. I take care of me, and I wish he'd do the same. Not because I need a hot husband, but because it would show that he still cares, that he still wants me to want him. But he doesn't. He doesn't try to impress me, or even meet me halfway. He used to once. There was a time when he'd run a hand through his hair before we went out, or kiss my neck in the kitchen just because. Now it's like he stopped seeing me, and worse, stopped seeing himself. My days off work are supposed to be my time to breathe, a chance to rest or recharge while the kids are in daycare, but they never are. They're spent cleaning, organizing, catching up on endless house projects, managing bills, appointments, errands, and everything else that keeps our family functioning. It feels like I'm the only one who ever looks around and sees what needs to be done. And when I finally sit down, there's this heavy guilt that I should be doing more, that if I don't, no one will. I do love my husband. I do. But I'm not sure I'm still in love with him. The thought of leaving him breaks my heart, but the thought of staying like this, half loved, half alive, terrifies me just as much. I keep wondering if this is just postpartum exhaustion and hormones magnifying everything. Maybe I'm just overwhelmed, stretched too thin, and unable to see clearly. I keep telling myself to wait.
To breathe.
To not make a decision I can't take back while I'm still bleeding from the inside, figuratively and literally. Right now, my plan is to ask him to schedule couples therapy. To make it clear that if he doesn't, divorce is on the table. Because I can't keep doing this alone. I know I'm not in a stable enough emotional place to calmly articulate everything I need, but I know enough to know that something has to change. This doesn't feel like a partnership anymore. I'm scared, terrified, of making the wrong choice. Of breaking my boys' home apart. We have dreams, you know? Little pieces of a future we've talked about for years. Taking the boys on trips, renovating the kitchen, building a life that feels full and fun and safe. I want that future. I really do. But lately, when I picture it, I don't see him in it anymore. That thought alone guts me. Because what kind of marriage am I in if the idea of being a single mom sounds like relief? I imagine not having to manage him, not having to carry the constant weight of unmet expectations. I keep asking myself, am I being unfair? Is this just postpartum chaos talking? Maybe I'm seeing everything through a fog of exhaustion and hormones. Maybe he's trying in his own way, and I just can't see it. But then I look at our life, at how much of it feels like survival, not living, and I wonder if this is really what marriage is supposed to be. I came here because I can't talk about this with my friends or family. I've always believed that once you start tearing down your partner to others, it poisons the relationship beyond repair. So I've kept quiet. I smile. I say we're fine, I keep the peace. But I'm breaking inside. I need someone, anyone, to tell me if what I'm feeling is temporary, or if it's the truth I've been too scared to face.